Coming at you live, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
It's Saturday. You know what that means. Nation's Corner is live. And
it's fucking cold.
And it's cold. I'm wearing my cozy flannel tonight.
Is that Busted Open flannels? Or
no, it's actually a Yellowstone flannel.
Oh.
Yes.
I just thought you were channeling your inner Mick Foley, but.
Well, that too, you know.
Oh, okay.
So the trio of misfits is back tonight. We got with me John in South Jersey and Mongrovian Mike. How are y'all?
Cold. It's fucking freezing out. We're about to get, most of us
freezing
on the East Coast here anyway, are about to get like a shit ton of snow dumped on us. And
you know what, Brooke, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Yeah, but you will be up here Thursday, young lady. Guess what? You're gonna die. You're gonna fall from trees like the lizards down there by you when it gets too cold. I can't wait to see you suffer for a whole weekend.
Flip-flops are awful. That sound, that flip-flopping sound, it's such an annoying sound.
Oh, stop. If I could, I would wear flip-flops year-round.
But we digress. Cool. Everybody knows.
But we digress.
If you want to know the weather, turn on Weather Channel.
Yes. There's this massive storm all across half the country right now.
Yes.
It should be starting to snow at some point in late tonight. And I don't know when it's going to stop. Maybe never.
Maybe April, for all we know.
Anyways.
We all stopped and forgot the staples anyway, right?
Right. Bread, milk, eggs.
While other people were getting the milk and bread, we were getting the important shit.
Yeah, we got the important shit. We for sure did.
Yes, beer, and wine.
All right, so we got a full week of wrestling to talk about. Tonight we got Saturday night's main event and AEW Collision. So we'll get out of here in time for those shows to start. So let's start talking about the WWE stuff and the happenings of this week leading up to tonight. So I caught up on a couple clips and I listened to Busted Open this morning. I feel like lately, you know, because I trimmed down on the shows that I watch, you know, I'm still keeping relatively updated through you guys, through listening to, you know, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 every day and social media, of course. So I generally am keeping up with what's going on and watching clips here and there when there's something that I want to see. So I went back and saw the Jacob and Cody promo from last night on SmackDown. And you guys heard them talking about it this morning on Busted Open with Denise and Mark.
Yeah.
And to me, I thought it was really compelling. And I think it was something that's kind of, for me anyway, lacked in Cody's storyline for some time, is like some sort of a rivalry or something that's really just compelling instead of just, I don't know. It's been talked about a lot how Cody's championship title run, you know, was kind of lacking a little bit, but I think they're back on track now. And I think the reason is because he is showing this heelish tendencies more and more often. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the promo from last night between Cody and Jacob, and kind of if it came across as Jacob's the babyface in this situation and Cody's a heel.
Yeah, absolutely. By the end of that promo and that sit down last night, absolutely. You know, Jacob Fatu is a very interesting story of wrestling, besides his obvious connection to the Samoan dynasty and all that. This was at one time was a very bad man, incarcerated for 7 years. You know, he's done some shit, and you know, and it's something that, especially in WWE, everybody has a past, everybody has a story, but certain things, you know, historically they haven't really touched on or gone near. And
Right.
the fact that their quote unquote number one babyface, the quarterback, calls this man out on it on by national television in front of the entire WWE universe. I'm sorry, that's a heel move there, Cody. 100%. You're attacking that man, not the character, not whatever he does in the ring or in promos. You're attacking Jacob Fatu, the man. Who, by the way, all dripped out in near gangster colors, looking so badass last night. I keep it 100. But Fatu is the real deal. And if this is the start of them doing something legitimate with him, as far as with WWE, man, I am all here for it. I have been on the Jacob Fatu bandwagon for quite a long time, and let's fucking go with that.
John, we talked about it. We talked about it a few years back when he was still in MLW, and he was out for a while. I think he was out with an injury, maybe. But he came back, and I told you guys, I said, I don't know, you know, everybody doesn't always watch MLW, but it's on, you know, I said, Jacob Fatu is cutting these vignette promos like, you know, like sitting in the back alley or sitting on the front porch or on the street, you know, drinking some whatever, and you know, sipping some juice and smoking a cigarette, and talking 100. Yes. And I said, dude, he's hitting another level. And then next thing you know, he was in WWE, you know.
Yeah.
He's in WWE, and that's it. And this is a guy, no matter how much weight he's still a huge human being, right?
Yes.
Compared to normal people. And he does that, you know, the same move like Tiffany does, that step, you know, that two-step
hop up
the hop up moonsault, which is friggin' like, I mean, those two do it the most perfect, but I mean, he's such a size. It's more athletic. It's not just athletic, it's size, and that he moves like that. Yeah. And John, you know, from seeing him in, you know, undoubtedly in the indies.
Yeah, and seeing him live,
you know, You know what that man is willing to do with his body for an indie. When he breaks some of this shit out to the WWE audience, their eyeballs are gonna pop out of their fucking head.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember seeing Jacob in MLW when I was checking that out here and there when Enzo was on mostly, and I remember when.
You told that Enzo. Yeah, nothing will ever top him holding up Micro Man like he was baby Simba.
Engraved in our conscious memories.
That is saved in my favorite gifts folder.
Yeah, if only Sandman came out with the kendo stick like what's his name, Rafiki. What?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't been aware, in MLW, and the formerly Enzo Amore, real one, took on Microman, had a feud with Microman, a couple of really, really incredible promos. If you could find them back on his social media. He said that he would put Microman's shoes on his
rear hang his wrestler boots on his rear mirror
like a 92 Toyota Tacoma pickup hanging from the rear view mirror. 190,000 miles on the clock.
You take a bath in the bathroom sink and all this shit. Really bad stuff.
Yes.
It's
Check
not
that
fair
out
having
on
that man
YouTube
fly
somewhere.
first class. It's on
several
YouTube.
really-
it's on
really
incredible
Instagram.
matches.
Shout out to
It's
MLW.
everywhere.
They're
Go to
still out
Enzo's
there and they're good.
Instagram. I think he has it permanently saved in one of his reels because it is so
Probably.
the combination KFC Taco Bell.
This is how we roll.
So
We
good.
were talking about WWE Saturday Night Main Event. We're talking about
and now we're talking about
MLW. We're talking
Enzo and
Because
Microman.
he's a real one.
That's how it goes, man. Because
But-
we
Yeah.
love
All right,
wrestling.
But
let's
that's our-
get this. Let's get this
But
train back on
anyway,
the tracks,
back to
But anyway, so yeah, back to Jacob. So
Mm.
yes, I had seen him on MLW, and there was quite the rumors for a while that he was going to WWE, and I was like, after seeing him for a little while on MLW, I was like, oh man, when WWE fans see him, they're gonna go crazy.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm really happy that he's getting his first world championship match tonight against Cody. Perfect opponent for him.
Mm.
I can't wait to see what happens. That's definitely something that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's not a championship match.
No, it's just
No,
it's
I'm
just
sorry.
a match
I'm an
for
idiot.
the sake of a match.
Which is good.
But Cody
Let's
did
build
say
up
that he's
some of
never been in a championship match.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it. Yeah.
That's what it was. That's why it
Yes.
was on my brain. My brain works in weird ways.
That's all right.
So one thing that
Hittables.
Stop it. I do want to point out Dirty's comment. I highlighted it earlier. He said he hopes that Jacob beats Cody. If Jacob does win, oh my God, I think that will really solidify that Jacob is the baby face and Cody's the heel.
Mm.
I think that would solidify it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens. All right, let's go to AJ Styles and Nakamura. This one is, while out of left field, I'm excited to see it. Obviously, it feels like AJ Styles is sooner rather than later on his way out. There's a lot of talk whether he will then go to TNA just to kind of have a quick run there before he actually calls it quits.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good match. Those two are just incredible.
Well,
we've seen them before.
John might
Great.
be able to point out better, but Neil was excited about it because this is a throwback to when AJ was in New Japan. So
Yeah, this is
So
the Wrestle.
this
This
is-
is the Wrestle Kingdom rematch.
yeah, this is going to
From,
be yes.
I'm sure Neil pointed out in the chat. Neil, what Wrestle Kingdom? What year was that AJ and Nakamura first? I want to say 13 or 12, 2012 or 2013. The first time they touched that at Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan. But yeah, and talk about a 5-star match.
Yes.
We're gonna get a good match.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to be, granted we're almost 10 years removed from the original, but it's still going to be a fantastic match. The two of them in the ring have incredible chemistry, and why not? All right, we know
What the hell?
it's let AJ have matches he wants to have. We know it works because they did it with Cena. Now, granted, AJ isn't going to get the full Cena treatment in retirement, and we all kind of understand that. But let him have matches like this that really they don't mean anything other than, ooh, I really want to see that. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Will this be
I like
so? Remember when Cena and AJ had that match, they all did tributes to foes from their
right,
TNA past and from the WWE past, both respectively.
Right.
I wonder if there's going to be a few throwbacks, a few throwback moves, because Nakamura's not a young spring chicken either. So I think he's going to pay some respect to some of his New Japan guys and do some stuff. Maybe
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and hopefully AJ, and AJ is just like you said, John. It's going to be, as much as we don't give a shit about how many stars they give in a match. This is going to be a match that even knuckleheads like us could say that's got to be going to be a 5-star match before we even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Right
Let's
up there
go
with
to
right up there with Giant Gonzalez and Undertaker in WrestleMania.
Sure.
It's
What a
going to
classic.
be,
Not
Yeah.
classic, as the kids say.
Yes.
okay.
Sorry.
All right, let's go to the women's match. Rhea and Io versus Liv and Roxanne. Gotta be honest, I'm not too updated on the storyline here, so I'm just a big Rhea Ripley mark.
First of
so I
all,
want
it's
her to
Rio.
win.
It's Rio now.
It's Riho. Or RIYO. Rio. Monday Night
Okay.
Rio.
yeah.
And you're right that there's juice to this just because it's Rhea and Io as champs. It's a returning, Liv Morgan is back from injury, back kind of leading the Judgment Day at this point right now again, and trying to find her way back into a main storyline. And the main storyline, I could see it going either way. They could keep the title on Rhea and Io and go forward with it, obviously, to the Rumble and beyond. They could do the switch now, but I'm kind of leery on these title changes and stuff just because we only have the Rumble. The Rumble's a week away. Next Saturday is the Rumble. So if they switch the championship now, it's obvious that Liv wants to find her way back into a main title picture somehow. More than likely the women's women's championship that is on Raw right now with Stephanie McCare.
Right.
So do they put the tag straps on them and then have them not either one of them or any one of the four of them not win the Rumble to further their tag team story? It's kind of hard to put a finger on, but I'm glad that Liv is back. I was wondering where and how she would fit in with the Judgment Day currently now, just because of injury and changes and everything. She's absolutely fit right back in seamlessly. I loved the original kind of cattiness between her and Roxanne Perez in the beginning when Roxanne first called up, but now they seem like they're all nice, and I don't like that. I want them to kind of nip at each other. I'm serious. I want them to kind of like, scratching at each other and stuff. And I think the key point to it is Raquel Gonzalez, Big Mommy Cool, because she's got history with both. So it's almost like there could turn it into a fighting over Raquel, which is not a bad way to go.
No,
I like
I could see that. I think if they change the titles tonight, that just means to me that either Liv or Raquel is not winning the Royal Rumble. And beyond that, I don't know.
But they're right there. You got Jordan Grace too. Has her eyes on at least. There's at least a feud setting up between her and Jade. And please, take my money.
Yeah. All right. And then lastly, we got this match with Trick, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and Damian Priest. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is probably the biggest match of Trick's career so far. Thus far.
And he's had some pretty big matches this past few months.
Biggest main roster match for Trick Williams.
Yeah. Quick side note, I saw a clip online on Instagram from some content creator out there. It was a clip of Randy Orton going to the ring, and then this woman was just like, God damn, look at those legs.
You shared that clip with us, and I was like, man, that girl is losing her mind. I mean, yes, it is Randy Orton, but and I tend to agree with her, but she was like, wow.
Yeah, goddamn, look at those legs.
Good thing the camera wasn't on her. She was probably naked doing things to herself.
Well, nonetheless, I'm glad Randy is back.
Yeah.
And this should be a good match as well, just judging by the 4 people involved. I personally don't have any kind of feelings about who I think should win. I'm kind of just, on a wait and see, like we'll see where it goes type of thing. But it'll be good regardless. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think Trick has got to take it because he's just been running his mouth since he got up there. He's just been interrupting everybody and disrespecting anybody. And I mean, it started out, he had his feet on the manager's desk and
lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah, the lemon pepper steppers were on the desk, and so from that point on, he's just destined for it. So, but it's definitely building up between him and Randy, right? So there's something brewing there, and I'm there for that. It doesn't have to be any title. It just has to be them getting one up on each other.
But remember, there is a stip to this. There is a stipulation. The winner of this is the number 1 contender for the world, for the undisputed title. That's the whole idea of this. It's going to be the next opponent for Drew, I believe, at the Rumble. So
theoretically, you're thinking, okay, since Drew is supposedly a heel, that it's got to be, and there's no juice in a heel versus a heel. But
I look at a couple different ways for this. Damian Priest is there just to fill out the match to make it a 4-way. I'm sorry. They got nothing going on. They run their course with him and Aleister Black. They're looking for something to move him on to.
Right.
Trick, obviously, as hot as he is right now, is the kind of logical choice, but I don't think he's ready for that step yet. He's not ready quite yet to make that main event picture, besides what he says to brags about. This match will go a long way in making him become part of that picture, but not quite put him there yet. So it leaves, who else? We're in Montreal, Canada. It's pretty obvious. Sami Zayn.
I think so.
There's history, there's heat.
There you go.
Especially after last night with the comments that Drew made and Sammy's retort, slapping the taste right out of Drew's mouth. No words, no nothing, just whack. So they got something there. I'm going with Sami tonight, or I'll say the booking line says Sami. My heart also says Sami too, because absolutely, if they're going to push Sami, and they've done it before, and
I ain't going against John's intuition, Deb. Are you?
No, not really.
Well, yeah, that's besides the point. And I appreciate the vote of confidence, but
I mean, he called that Mercedes Moné shit like how many weeks, a month,
like
ago.
7 months in advance.
So
I'm an idiot savant like that sometimes.
I know. What was the match? They said, if this happens, wait, the time is there's much left.
What was that match? I can't remember.
What the fuck? We're like, get the fuck out of here, your little booking mind. And he freaking blows our head, man.
But anyway, just to finish up on this one so we can move on to something else.
That's enough. That's enough freaking smoke up your ass.
whole idea behind this card is to give some people some shine. And obviously, all we're doing is pushing the ball a little further to Riyadh and the Rumble. And that's when we get the real story, because we all know the Rumble starts the road to WrestleMania and WrestleMania season. So then that's when but this is a cool little kind of like stop off on the way. A little something, instead of just having, Raw and SmackDown leading up to the Rumble, we got a little stop off along the way here. Give the folks a different special show for a little bit, and then we go full throttle to Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I think, you know, the shows being in Europe for the past couple weeks, and you know, all the kind of excitement around those shows and lots of promotion about that, and then Rumble next week and all the promotion going into that. I feel like this show kind of got lost for a little bit. Like I didn't even know this was happening until
Well,
just a few days ago, but
well,
they
they-
pulled together a good card. So
SmackDown did one thing very well last night, besides everything that was on the show itself that we saw. You're absolutely right, Deb, because you and I talked Thursday watching TNA that, like, we don't, other than it's in Canada, we don't know anything about Saturday night's main event to that point. But and thank God. And listen, I was very hesitant on the validity of going back to 3 hours on SmackDown, but I will say this: come 11 o'clock Eastern last night, when SmackDown went off the air, I knew exactly where they were going and what exactly they were going to do tonight.
yeah,
And what was going on tonight. So bravo for that, and bravo for the extra hour that let them do that, because it tied it all up into a nice bow going into the show tonight.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about TNA. We got this week the second episode on AMC, Fallout from Genesis. I thought we talked a lot about it last week on the debut on AMC, and then, you know, kind of the feelings going into Genesis. I think this week was a much better week. Genesis was a great show. And this week, I felt like it was a show that was way more of what we're accustomed to seeing from a TNA show. I think last week, the debut show was like seemingly just an anomaly. I think maybe they were trying too hard to, I don't know, like do so much introduction that it just felt off. We talked about that last week. But, this week, I thought it was a much better show. Definitely just, you know, like I said, what we're used to seeing and what we expect from TNA. And at the end of the show, we got the big surprise and swerve. Bear fucking Bronson is in the system. And not only like he was obviously replacing Dango in the system, but then we get a betrayal and a turn on Moose. Hell of a way to end the show.
Yeah.
And you know, we love Bear Bronson here at Nation's Corner. Yes. Former guest on our show. As well as his lovely wife Gabby Forza, which had she had a match against Cruel last night in an indie show.
Yes,
unreal. So yeah, TNA was much better this week. It was.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say I agree that the production overall of TNA this week was much. I don't know. And I agree with you. Last week, I don't know quite what they were trying to do, but apparently they had some talking tos and meetings during the week saying, look, we got to get this right and not fuck it up, and absolutely tighten up all that stuff. The overall production is much more used to what we've been seeing from TNA, you know, aside from the actual matches and other stuff that we are accustomed to seeing. But visually, it looked much better.
Yes, he's trained by. Yes, right.
To his point in the chat, and immediately when he came out, and we know, you know, he's Mongrovian Mike here often goes to Create a Pro shows. So, and we were at that. We went up there to Long Island for that show of the baseball event. So yeah, it makes perfect sense. Bear Bronson is a Create a Pro alum and knows everyone.
For those of you who don't realize about Create a Pro, I mean, let's go. Chris Statlander, the AEW Women's Champion. You know, Bear Bronson, who let his contract run out. You know, his contract ran out in AEW. You know, and he felt he didn't just want to be another gut body there, and he bet on himself. went out this past 25 and just totally killed it as well as in his wrestling life, in his personal life, and in his wrestling life. He was annoying. So
yeah,
and just I'm so
and
so happy
MJF
for
and
MJF,
Max
the
Caster.
AEW World Champion, is a creative pro.
One half of your women's
I mean, keep
tag
your
team
eyes out.
AEW champions. Willow Nightingale is a creative
Yes,
pro.
Willow. And our friend Leo Sparrow, who's on the come up and making a name for himself.
There's just so many. There's so many people to name that go through Creative Pro and visit Creative Pro, and you see them scattered all over TNA, over AEW, in WWE, and it's just Brian Myers and John.
Pat
Buck, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and VSK. How could I forget VSK?
Is that VSK?
Is that VSK?
And VSK. I mean, so many people, but Pat Buck and Brian Myers do
and
Bryce
Elder to
Donovan,
go.
Don't forget him.
And Elder, just to go real inside baseball for a second. When do we get to sing on AEW TV the Bobby Orlando theme song?
I don't know. I don't know, but
hopefully soon, because I'm ready.
Max Caster.
Max. Love
Yeah.
Max.
There's another one. And by the way, he writes a lot of great theme songs. Not only is he a great rap guy.
Yes.
The aforementioned Bobby Orlando song.
That's
Bobby
it.
Orlando. Yeah.
Um.
So yeah, I got to get back up there for another Creative Pro show at some point soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the summer we can plan something for the summer when the weather is nice. Cheers to Bear Bronson.
Gabby.
It's
Friend
never
of
a
the
bad
show.
thing seeing them two on my TV every week.
I know.
You just gotta get Gabby up there.
So a little inside.
Cedric Alexander too. Sorry, in the system.
So when TNA was on, Seth had gone to bed because with it going an hour later now, sometimes we may not be able to stay up to watch the end of the show. So Seth had just gone to bed, and then when Bear Bronson came out, I jumped out of my seat and screamed. And he came out of the bedroom. He was like, "What?"
Guys, tired, worked all day, just trying to get some sleep, and you're out there screaming like your arm's getting cut off. Poor guy.
Super excited for that. So yeah, I mean, we watch TNA every week, so we're gonna keep watching. I'm excited for what's to come.
I am excited for them. I'm excited. Just everything that they do, and just like I'm just really hyped. John, it's like when you see a Jersey person doing good in the business, man. I see these Long Island people just killing it everywhere, and
it's always the best feeling finding that indie talent or something. You see them on the come up, and getting vested with them.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Be with Gabby, like Gabby Forza. We saw her from her first freaking debut match. Now and Nat Castle, a debut match.
And it's only a matter of time that Gabby's on our TV every week.
Really.
Bad to the gnome.
Mm-hmm. My Nomi hat is downstairs.
Yeah,
but I have one.
Staying with TNA for a second, the one other cool thing they did, although it didn't come off, I don't think it came off as good as it could have. But again, being new on AMC and new to a lot of people, they brought back last week or this past Thursday a type of match that they have done in the past that has been a very interesting storylines, and that's the Feast or Fired match.
Yes,
and yes, they did not do a very good job explaining it. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. 4 guys in the ring, 4 briefcases in each corner. Grab a briefcase, and then 3 of them are title shots, respective title shots. World Championship, International, Tag Team. 1 case is fired, but you don't know what the cases are. They're just numbered. Now, next week, we find out the fallout from that when they open the cases. So,
and you also wait, John, just to point out, you also have to get the briefcase not just down off of where it's hanging. You got to get it out. You got to get outside the ring and both feet on the floor with the briefcase in your hands.
Yes, because somebody can watch you with their briefcase and steal yours.
Hands on the floor,
right?
That's just it.
But and the matches itself is always interesting because the fallout is always kind of interesting because you literally have 3 brand new storylines and actually 4 if somebody is fired. Going forward from it. But one of the participants in it was very interesting. Apparently, there are multiple locations of the Treehouse again because we all know the Rascals are now all elite. We saw the 3 of them make their quote-unquote debut on Dynamite last week. But there's 4 in the Rascals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2 black guys and Zachary Wentz. And then and the 4th, Trey Miguel, who showed up.
Xavier.
And Trey Miguel and Myron Reed.
And
we have Reed, Wentz, and Desmond on AEW. Fantastic, great for them. Very happy for them. And I'm not going to get political, but what happened with Trey? Everybody's trying to make the best of it. And Trey came back to TNA. And just to show you that everything counts, thank you, Sam Roberts. If you've been noticing on Twitter, Matt Hardy put out a post about Trey Miguel having one of the briefcases and how interesting it could be that he could be hired, fired in a span of 2 weeks, to which Trey Miguel said, I just got back here. If this case says fired, I'm going to be really pissed off. So,
I saw that.
Again, everything counts. And again, social media coming into play to make a story interesting.
I'm really, it's, we talked a little bit about this last week, but obviously, so much has happened over the course of this week since we were on last Saturday. I'm really excited to see the Rascals in AEW. They were one of my favorite parts of TNA. The whole situation with Trey is, unfortunate, and it is what it is. Like you said, he somehow made the best of it. He has a job on TV. I can continue to watch him on my TV every week, which is great for me. It is what it is, and we move on.
Is it like fate? Is it like fate for these 4 guys that they cannot be in the
I know, just when we were happy that all 4 of them were together.
And everything was
it's
cool.
like we go here, this one comes here, this one gets fired, now it's these 2 here, then all of a sudden these 2 are here, then this one goes here, this one's over here. Then these get together, so then all 3 of these guys are together
now, eventually, we all know where this is going to lead. It's going to lead to a treehouse. You got
to do fucking Steiner match. Four fucking guys.
So who's going to be in Trey's treehouse with him?
That's the whole thing. We got to figure out who's in the treehouse with Trey, and then we have treehouse wars.
He looks like he gets some good shit. I'll go to the treehouse with him. Do I got to climb up like one of those wooden ladders nailed to the side of a tree? I don't know if I can.
I don't know how they get up there. They like to stay up there, though.
Yeah.
One more point that I wanted to talk about. About Ash by Elegance. I am really happy to see her seemingly coming back into the fold. She was on Off the Ropes with Coach and Tommy heading into Genesis, and she kind of very nonchalantly said that she was working her way back to the ring, and that she was working on getting cleared. And I was like, well, did she just say that? Like, why aren't they making a big deal of that? But I'm happy to see him. I'm happy to see her. It's, she.
Yes.
I think once she kind of and she was still appearing on the show, but obviously not as a competitor.
Right.
And I think that kind of was a little detrimental to the Elegance brand as a group. So I think adding her back as kind of hopefully the leader is going to be good for it.
I mean, they were good without her being in ring, but they're nowhere near. And no offense to Maggie or Heather Reckless, they're not quite the stars that Dana Brooke is,
right?
Or Ashes.
Yeah.
They're just not. And having her now, seemingly, hopefully, fingers crossed, having her back in the fold and being able to be in the ring and stuff like that, yes, will go a long way for them. Because it helps elevate the whole group.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see, and especially with the new additions, especially to the knockout side of TNA, I'm still kind of, the jury to me is still out on Lania Black. I hope that they figure it out, or she figures it out, because it's an excellent opportunity. And you want to talk about making, on the opposite flip side of that, making impact instantly. How about Daria Ray?
Yes. How could I forget?
Shut up. I'm talking the suit. Wow.
Yes.
I don't, if this was her, and I think she has a lot to do with this, but whoever came up with that and where they're going with this, fucking bravo.
I like
God
it.
damn. You want to talk about an instant presence and everything with her?
Yeah, I want to just interrupt. I love the podunk from Texas here, friggin' making fun of my accent.
They don't even speak English in Texas.
Oh, thank you, Tony. I am a huge Daria Ray fan. And damn, does she look good in that suit? Holy crap!
She's always been a very, pardon the punch, but very striking. Even before, when she was in WWE, she just had that look about her. And
I believe every single week she would come out, my instant reaction was, "Damn, Sonya!"
But I could hear her for an hour a week over someone else. But that's me. That's just me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, her interview on Busted Open this week was incredible.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. She was very good with Bully Dave on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we are 24/7, and we all know that they listen. So
she's very athletic, and she knows her sports, so she could replace any coach anywhere. So I just know that. I know.
But does she know Junior?
She could be the coach for that team. I know
she could.
And what does she think of Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Well, and on one hand, she's probably like ill, but on the other hand, she probably loves, he's freaking great and one of the best wrestlers. He doesn't look like someone that could be a champ. Didn't somebody say that about one Mick Foley like many years ago? And that'll put asses in seats. Click.
Yeah.
Right.
It did exactly that.
All right.
Listen, folks, all we're saying is, if you're looking for totally irrelevant and out of touch viewpoints, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, 2 to 4 every afternoon, off the ropes with the coach.
No, you want to point out though. Okay, so general managers, can you imagine seeing all of the? I want to see Daria, Ava, and all of a sudden,
a Daria Ava match would be fantastic.
Getting, because she's going to step in sooner or later.
She certainly has the lineage behind her to get in the ring. But anyway,
all right.
Still on that for a bit.
Moving on. Yeah, let's talk some AEW before we wrap up.
Go.
I loved Dynamite this week. I loved MJF kicking off the show and Brody King stepping up to him. Yes, we love Brody here. Love Brody.
And finally, I mean, all right. In hindsight, we can all agree that Brodito, as fantastic as it was an accident. It wasn't kind of supposed to happen. Those two weren't supposed to get together, but they did.
But it worked so well.
But it was we didn't know we needed it until we got it.
Exactly.
But, normally, but I'm glad to see in the wake of their tag team run and their tag team championship run, both guys are getting shine as singles.
Yes.
Bandito had that amazing match.
The tag team worked to get them both more over.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And we saw the amazing match that Bandito and MJF had last week. And now, right off of that, here's Brody King, another grossly underestimated guy in AEW. Now
another big man that moves like he shouldn't move. Another big man that does things that he shouldn't be doing. Brian Cage. But I digress.
Along that line, but I'm but more to my point, I'm glad to see that both of those guys have something relevant going on instead of just being like so many others get cast aside after the championship runs over. Put them aside, let them cool off for a little bit.
I'd like to add to your point too that the fact that these two are Ring of Honor alumni, they're pretty much OG Ring of Honor guys. Not but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They this is why when they got put together, man, they gelled.
Yeah.
They gelled because they knew let's break out our ROH shit, man.
Yeah.
And we'll wow these. They're probably just looking at you. Who knows? This could have been a decision by Tony at the moment, saying, "Holy shit, these guys got such a reaction. Let me go with these guys." I don't know. At the beginning of at the beginning of the tournament, who did you look at as not who you wanted to win? Who did you look at like what team did you think was gonna be the team to win those championships?
I honestly can't remember. But
you certainly didn't go Brodito. I mean, they didn't even get the Brodito name till after they were put together. Right, it wasn't like they were a tag team called Brodito out there. It was Brody King and Bandito, and then all of a sudden people were just like, "Yo, this team is great."
So I want to point out in the chat here a couple comments. We're talking about Brodito and Bandito. I am a huge fan of all the luchas on AEW. I think they do a great job with all the luchadors, and the crossover with CMLL has been really, really great. Persephone and Mascara Dorado have dual contracts now.
Yeah. Claudio is the champion.
Don't forget Persephone. Don't forget
Our
Persephone.
friend Andre, the producing giant, is a huge fan of Persephone. Huge. She's amazing. So on Collision tonight we have Magnus from CMLL going against Andrade, and in tag team action
Magnus was the champion TNA, wasn't he? Oh, sorry.
He was, but not that one.
Oh, okay, wrong.
And that guy has another job now.
Sorry.
Yeah. And so in the tag teams, Davis and Doyle, which I love, I think their names are just absolutely perfect together. Davis and Doyle is the perfect, like, big man tag team name.
They're going double D shirts out there. Double D.
I know one of us said it, and I don't remember who. It was they are the perfect meathead high school bully tag team. That was you?
Davis and Doyle are the meathead bullies in an 80s movie.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. They know what they got to do. They got to give someone a noogie in the head and go, McFly, McFly.
Yes, yes. But yeah, they're
But
going
what's
against
his name? What's his name?
something. They're going against Jordan Oliver and Alec Price, who we
Ah!
are huge fans of.
Those who are
Huge
not familiar,
fans.
Those two guys that got buried last week.
Yes, yeah, them two. Should bury Coach for
yeah.
that comment.
Love them. We've been watching them on GCW, for quite a while now. I will be at GCW in Philly next weekend. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Unfortunately, the venue you're going to see them at doesn't allow blood. But
it's the Harris Casino in Philly, so
but it's just a testament to GCW.
You'll get doors,
but it's a
doors
testament to GCW that they could put on a show without all the blood and
and Bear will be there as well, so I'll be able to say hi to Bear.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really, really excited for Jordan Oliver and Alec Price in AEW. I mean, already from the looks of it, it feels like AEW has high hopes for them. It feels like, they are AEW. I keep saying this. I think I said it last week. I said it on Twitter a couple times. AEW is definitely investing in the future. They seem to be putting more of a focus on investing in young talent that they can develop for the future. And Busta and the Brain are two perfect examples of that.
Because one's a genius and one's insane.
Yeah.
But I'll agree with that, Deb. And AEW still being a relatively young company comparatively, but still, they're absolutely at a point now where they have their top established stars on either side of the roster, male and female. And they know that they really have gotten dialed in enough to know who their top guys are, who their top draws are, male and female. And they have this opportunity, like a Jordan Oliver and Alec Price, like Persephone and Mascara Dorado and Hechicero and all these CMLL wrestlers, which I think is going to work out very well, just the same as AAA has worked out for WWE, and give these people a chance other than, indies. Now, GCW has been using all of these guys and girls forever, but, to see them on a bigger stage, and you're right, all it does is help develop the product. It's new, fresh faces. It's new matches, new stories, new.
All right, Dirty.
Wait, what did he say?
He's an instigator. He's an instigator. What do you want to play the Shafir video again on me?
We know how Marina Shafir feels about Mongrovian Mike.
Yes, we do. We do.
She doesn't feel nuts. She doesn't know who Mongrovian Mike is.
Quick shout out. I think me and Deborah are the only ones that still watch it in the country, but quick shout out to Ring of Honor and the seemingly complete reemergence and near dominance now of Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yes.
They are making big noise in Ring of Honor, and I hope that translates into them showing up on AEW programming, especially Shane. The Infantry have been on there, so has Trish Adora. But man, I need to see Rumble, Big Bad Man Rumble on AEW TV. And I'm hoping that they can do something with that in the future. But shout out to STP, just doing the good work over in Ring of Honor. And yes, it's hokey, it's hard to watch. I get it. You got to join Honor Club and stuff, folks. But if you have the inclination and the discretionary income, forget the library, which we all know is just chock full of all kinds of goodness.
I still got to do a deep dive.
The weekly wrestling there, again, much like AEW, they've kind of found their niche and their place in it. I wish they would promote it more. I really do. I really wish they would make it more accessible, and especially for AEW fans, because some of the stuff you're seeing on TV now and some of the stars and wrestlers, if you were watching Ring of Honor, you would have seen them months before they made it to AEW and really had a chance to get to know and invest in them. But
Yeah.
you know, baby steps, I guess. But for right now, man, they are killing it on a weekly basis. They're putting out just real basic, bare bones, good in-ring wrestling matches. Sprinkle a little bit of promos and backstages, but it's really a tight product right now, and it's really good. So if you have the inclination,
yeah, it's a fun watch every week, and that is honestly one of the benefits of TNA moving back an hour. Is now it's not going to interfere with Ring of Honor, because here on the East Coast, Ring of Honor starts at 7. TNA would start at 8, but now the TNA starts at 9. I can watch pretty much all of Ring of Honor and then just go over to TNA and don't have to miss any. Don't have to watch TNA on a delay.
Nice.
That works out.
Yeah,
that works out. But
absolutely.
Yeah, ROH has been really good. I completely agree. You know, even just every week when I look at what the matches are, I'm like, you know, holy crap! Like this every week is just crazy matches. And like you said, there is some promos and some storyline involved, but they have tightened it up and figured things out. I do agree with Dirty in the chat that for some reason, I just have a feeling that there is some sort of deal coming that hopefully can help them be on a bigger platform, you know, something that maybe more people would be willing to sign up for if it's added to another platform or something like that. And yeah, so Dirty just said
you mean
here,
kind of like the WWE Network, and then that's where you went to see NXT for a while,
right,
something like that.
Similar
That'd
to
be
that.
great.
And so it's been reported recently that AEW did trademark Watch ROH. Now we know that kind of their slogan for Ring of Honor is Watch ROH, but they trademarked Watch AEW. And so yeah, I think maybe that's a signal of something coming. Who knows? Tony Khan had said in the past that, you know, he had 1 or 2 offers, but you know, he kind of just wants to make sure that the deal is right for what he wants.
And
so
then he said tonight's
ROH,
match is going to be the best match ever. It's no,
yeah. So yeah, ROH was supposed to do this Global Wars show with Athena's promotion. Was it MPX? So I didn't see what the announcement was, but that's a bummer if they had to cancel it, or hopefully they can just reschedule it. ROH is also doing the crossover show with Maple Leaf Pro, which I'm really, really excited about. I think that's a very, very good sign for hopefully things to come.
Yeah. And for those not familiar, Maple Leaf Wrestling is the promotion owned and booked by Scott D'Amore, former head of TNA.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. All right, so let's wrap this crap up. Saturday's main event and Collision is starting now. Like we've talked about, both cards look killer tonight. Both shows will probably be really awesome.
It's a good night of wrestling, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, John, where can people find you?
You can get me on the X, the Twitter machine, the Instagram at John in South Jersey, and also on his Instagram is where you can keep up with the exploits of the most dangerous weapon in all professional wrestling, who has said, "I'm not making an appearance tonight. Fuck you, it's too cold." But he is the AK9K, the Ass Kicker 9000, and you can keep up with all of his exploits and soon to be more bookings. God help us all. At Ass Kicker 9K on the Instagram.
All right, Mongrovian.
We gotta talk to your camera crew, Mongrovian. They're a little slow.
They're fine. You're fired. Put that cigarette out. No.
All right, any last words?
We're live, pal. Let's go.
All right. And you can find me at That's So Debonair on the Twitter machine, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the places. Click the link in the bio.
Click the link!
If you feel so inclined. I don't know. Happy wrestling. Have a good night, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Later.